Hi everyone, welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today we're going to be doing a review of the Marvel Legends Toy Biz Galactus Build-A-Figure. Here in front of you is the entire Galactus wave, so at the back we have the first appearance Grey Hulk, we have War Machine, and we also have Deathlock. Then, closest to the front, we have, from left to right, Doctor Strange, Nightcrawler, Professor X, and Bullseye. Now this wave I would consider to be my favourite wave. Now Series 6 and Series 5 and Series 7 have some of my favourite Toy Biz Marvel Legends figures, but with this wave we have a couple, like Deathlock and Nightcrawler and possibly War Machine. I would probably put them within my top 10 for Toy Biz Marvel Legends, and the fact that you actually get 7 figures in this wave, plus it was the first Build-A-Figure wave, and the Build-A-Figure is huge and awesome, and it's Galactus, that is the reason why I think that this is the best wave. So there are other figures that I do prefer, but the figures that we get, the amount of detail and everything, I just think is absolutely fantastic. And if you want to see reviews of any of these figures, I'll put the links in the description below, so you can go ahead and check them out, and they're also in the Marvel Legends playlist on my channel. And here is Galactus himself, and this Build-A-Figure is just absolutely phenomenal. If you're trying to decide between this one and the Marvel Universe one, basically the Universe one is a little bit taller than this guy. This guy is almost 15 inches to the top of his head, and then to the top of those spikes up there, he's actually 16 inches. And the Marvel Universe one, I think, is just a little bit taller. But I think that this one, with all of its, just unique detail, if you want to call it that, basically, you know how between a Toy Biz Marvel Legends and a Hasbro Marvel Legends figure, a lot of the time you can tell the difference instantly. I think that is how you can tell between this one and the Marvel Universe one. I think this one fits better with a Marvel Legends collection, in my eyes anyway, than the Marvel Universe one, if you were going to decide between this and that. So as far as paint goes with this figure, you get this nice shiny metallic blue, and then we also have the lighter blue that's within that logo there, and then we also have a bit of grey, and then we have this dark red, which does have a little bit of shading in it. It's got a little bit of black in between the lines there, but not a hell of a lot. And basically, as you can see, when they are left out in the sun, this previous seller must have done this because it's basically what happens to people that I've seen. When they get left in the sun, they do actually fade and go a little bit of a lighter blue in certain areas. So a lot of the time they will actually come packaged like this. And it's, just because they've been left in the sun in the package as well. So, you might look at it and think it's like a variant piece or something, and it kind of does make it look like that, but it is actually just basically sun damage. But I think it actually does make it look better in certain aspects of it being lighting up, and it just changes the look, especially in places on the arms where you've got the higher spots where the sun's gotten to. It actually makes it look, a bit better shading. Now, this blue, this metallic blue, it's kind of pearlescent. From certain angles, you might be able to see it on camera, you can actually see purple in there, so it's really, really nice paint job there, but there's just not a whole lot of actual shading like washes and whatnot on this guy. So taking a closer look at the face, as you can see, the lips are painted a different colour to the skin, and we do actually have a couple of skin tones in there, so it's not just really bland. His eyes, I don't know if you can see them too well, but they do actually have the square pupils in there, and in person they really do pop. They really look fantastic. And then he also has a bit of silver on the top of the head there for the helmet, which looks really, really nice. These are slightly warped on mine, as you can see. If I line them up, they should be like that, and they're just like that. So one's bent forward slightly, one's bent backwards slightly, but they're really flexible, so if you do have them bent like mine, they're really easy to get back into shape. And here he is next to Apocalypse, which I've already done a review of, so if you want to go ahead and check that out, then go ahead and search for it on my channel. Basically, they're about the same height to the top of the head. Obviously, Galactus's helmet makes him a little bit taller, and then the spikes on it make him even taller yet. But, for the first few Build-A-Figures, going really big like this, I mean, they were just absolutely phenomenal. And I really do hope that we get some more like it, because with this big size, they do have a bit of weight to them, and they have amazing detail and whatnot, but just because of the size, they don't come back on articulation at all. It has fantastic articulation. And speaking of which, the head goes up, it goes down, which is very important, obviously, because everything else in your collection is likely going to be smaller than this guy. And he can look left and right. These shoulders come out that far, and they swivel all the way around. He has a rotation at the upper arm. The elbow on this guy is actually really tight. It is a double jointed elbow, and it's ratcheted. So getting it to move is a bit tough on mine, but basically it goes 90 degrees. And then we have a rotation here at the wrist. The hand is on a swivel right here, so it can go in and out. And then the fingers all move together, so they have a kind of like a clamping action, like a gripping action. So they can probably hold other figures either at the waist if they're a smaller figure, or by the neck or something. So that's pretty cool. The diaphragm joint, he can go back, come forwards, he can look left and right, and he can also swivel side to side, so plenty of articulation right there. The legs, because of this skirt piece, don't really go out at all, but they can go forward and back a little bit. They rotate at the thigh. We have double jointed knees. We have a rotation right here at the boot, and as you heard there, you know, everything's ratcheted on this figure, which is really nice, because something of this size, you don't want the joints to get loose and for him to fall over. The feet go up and down. As you can see, he has ankle pivot, not a massive amount, but it's enough considering he can't move his legs too far out. And then he also has a bit of toe articulation, so yeah, plenty of articulation with this guy. I would suggest, because this diaphragm joint tends to be what gets quite loose over time, with these big builder figures, try not to put them like on the edge of a shelf really high up, where they could fall off and damage other figures, or even damage yourself, because they're quite weighty. You know, if these things fall, you're going to know about it. But for the most part, you know, this and my Apocalypse, they're pretty sturdy. I don't have a Sentinel, but I think that's probably the best one to stand out of all of them. But yeah, just they look absolutely phenomenal, and I cannot recommend them enough. Now, if you're going to buy him on his own, I think he goes for around about £80-ish. I got the entire Galactus wave basically for the same price that you would pay for like 7 Marvel Legends figures these days. So, you know, I got basically, you know, all the figures and the Builder figure itself for a really good price. If you don't have as much to spend on it, you could probably go ahead and get the Universe one for cheaper, and that one comes with a, you know, 3 3/4 inch Silver Surfer as well. So that's going to be cool as its own separate little display. But like I said, I do think that this one suits the Legends figures much more. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed these Galactus series reviews. I do have a lot more Toy Biz Marvel Legends to go ahead and review. I've got the Weapon X Wolverine, I've also got Loki to review, and then I've also got a Toy Biz eBay haul coming up soon, where I got a bunch of Punisher figures, Iron Man 2 figures, and lots and lots more. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, and if you want to check out things that I have coming up for future reviews, and just see pictures of anything else from my collection, go ahead and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's Homerino123 for both, and links are in the description below. And if you want to stick around for more Marvel Legends reviews, old and new, then go ahead and click on that subscribe button. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.